HR reporter here at the HRPA Annual Conference and Trade Show. I am with speaker Ian Blanchard. Thank you so much for being here today.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
So I would love if you could tell us a little bit about your session.
So one of the challenges that you find with individuals is in organizations, you've seen that only 30% of employees are engaged. So, Gallup survey says 30%, Dale Carnegie Training says 29%. So a great deal of employees are not really engaged or feel fulfilled as part of the organization. So what I want to really do tomorrow is to help people dream again. There's a challenge sometimes with life. You are challenged with just stuff happening, you have challenges, and your ability to deal with those challenges then will either enable you or derail you from your ability to actually dream again. So what I want to do is to help them to dream using the acronym DREAM. So dream is really desire. So the first idea is, what do you desire? What do you want? What is critically important to you that you want it so badly that you're willing to do anything for it? I have a belief that says that if something is important enough, you'll find a way. If it's not, you'll find an excuse. If I, as an HR professional, I as a manager, as a leader, I am not able to find my way to dream, it is difficult for me to help other people to dream. And we perform our best when we're in a space that we're passionate about. We perform our best when we are happy, when we are engaged, when we feel that we're valued and contributing to the process. So it's critical for us to be in that place and then help our people to be in that place. So R is for reflect. And if we check back, we could begin to recognize that there are some things we were able to do in a very powerful way, or because it comes easily to us, we can forget that we are good at it. So reflect on what you're good at. Reflect on the experiences you've had and how these experiences have actually helped you to become who you've become. And take those skills and talents and abilities forward with you. E is to examine. And if you think of an examination, if you think of a doctor, the doctor cannot prescribe unless he's examined. And a lot of times we are actually taking actions without examining to see whether these actions are the right actions for us. So if we think about how we become who we become, it is really an examination of our environment, our examination of what we read, what we think about, what we listen to, the people that we spend time with. So examine. So D-R-E. A is action. So I can think as much as I like, but if I do nothing, nothing happens. If you think about how many workshops you've been to, seminars you've been to, speeches you've been to, how much of it have you actually used? I mean, if you just think back for a little while, how much of it have you actually used? So a lot of times, what we find is that only 3% of people, after 3 days, have done anything with what they've learned. And the further away you go and the longer it takes, it is more likely it is that you're going to do anything about it. So taking action and developing a routine and a set of behaviors and habits that enable us to be able to take action on a consistent, deliberate basis is exactly what helps us to be successful. And then M is for monitor. So you can't, if anything is important enough to you, you need to track and monitor it. So the only way we are going to find out if we are improving or getting better or getting worse is if we're tracking it. So if you think about athletics, if you think of sports, if you look at Usain Bolt, he doesn't know if he's improving unless he's timing himself. He can think he is, but unless he's timing himself, he doesn't actually know he's improving. So we as individuals must be able to track and monitor our performance, our ability, our habits, whatever it is that's important to us. And the quick response I sometimes get is that, well, that's a little bit too difficult. And my response is, it's not important enough. Because the things that are important enough to us, we find a way to do it. So tomorrow, that's what I'm really going to do, to help people to dream again, give them some tools that they can begin to think about the things that they have laid dormant, but are still alive in them, and help them to be able to apply this to people in their organizations, that they can help them to dream again and therefore perform better for the organization.
Thank you again so much for being here with us today.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
Once again, this is Liz Foster from Canadian HR Reporter here at the HRPA Annual Conference and Trade Show. Thanks very much.